Garden season's coming in. We're going to be running out of our ears with tomatoes. What if you don't have tomatoes in your garden? Or running out of your ears with tomatoes. But you like putting up your own special flavored tomato sauces. Today, we're going to reprocess this can. This is number 10 can of tomatoes, which you can pick up for $5 or less. And it's 102 ounces, and let's see what we get today. I put this can up here for to show the difference is in what you get in the store. These are 14.5 ounce cans. Lucky you get them on sale for $1. These are 102 ounce cans. So let me get my handy dandy calculator out here. And 102 divided by 14.5 ounces. That's 7.03 blah, blah, blah ounces, or cans. So already you can see the savings. Now this is just some dice. This is chili ready. But we're going to make spaghetti because I'm out on my shelf. And we're going to use, this is the coolest recipe if you have you're running out of your ears with tomatoes. I had about 20 pounds of tomatoes one time, which fit perfectly in an 18-quart cooker. You might not have an 18-quart cooker, but the cool thing about this recipe put my glasses back on. This ball's home preservation is you cook the tomatoes, you pour the sauce into the jars, and then you add your spice blends. You know me, I gotta have a table chat. So I'm a high-tech woman. I have laptops in my kitchen, phones, I have it all. Anyway, I wanted to come over here and talk to you just a little bit about this recipe because it's so cool. So I need to go back to, sorry, that was 25 pounds of tomatoes that were gifted to us. And it fit perfectly in an 18-quart roaster. I'll try to leave a couple of screenshots up here of that process. I wound up with 10 pints of chili sauce, 6 pints of spaghetti sauce, 10 half pints of salsa, 3 half pints of pizza sauce. First time I did this like this. So in this book, it gives you your spice blends. We have Italian, Mexican, Cajun. So you mix, this is dried herbs and spices. You have basil, thyme, oregano, rosemary, sage, garlic powder, optional hot pepper flakes. And it gives you for 2 jars or 6 jars. And if you're using without the pepper flakes, you just put your sauce in the jar. You put your 2 teaspoons of your mixture into the jars. You have your 3 blends. And then you process for 40 minutes. and all those seasonings get mixed in with that sauce. It's a really cool way to make multiple products with one batch. So I still have some chili sauce on my shelf. I'm going to go rabbit trail here. In 2021, I did a lot of canning that year. I got 564 jars put up that year. In 22, I put up almost 200 jars. That was between bookends, I should say. And I'll go through that another time. But anyway, we put up quite a bit. But that was one of the coolest projects we did, was multiple projects. From somebody gifted me some tomatoes, wound up 25 pounds worth. I got 22 pints of product, 22 and a half pints of product out of 25 pounds of potatoes. So that was pretty cool. Okay, for this project, I'm doing cucumber bread and butter pickles. So I have a couple hours between my next batch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this can of tomatoes, put it in my slow cooker, and I'm going to pulverize it with my immersion blender. Now, you could use your Ninja or blender if you wanted to. I'm just going to use this. And instead of all those individual spices, this time I'm going to use some Italian seasoning. I got this at Ollie's for $3.99 last year. And I have, where's the season? Marjoram, thyme, basil, rosemary, savory, whatever that is, and oregano. And I've already used this. It smells delicious. What I need to add is garlic. All right, so I got my garlic powder, my Italian seasonings, and we're gonna get this going. So I'll bring you over to my other cook station. Alrighty, and just like magic, they're in the crock pot. Now this recipe calls for, on 6 jars, calculate up to like 12.5 teaspoons of spices. This is where the beauty comes in. Whoops, first of all, let me do my immersion real quick. It's pretty thick. I think it don't need to cook much. So I need to get this, bring this to where it's hot. What I'm going to do is my Italian. So it calls for 1 tablespoon, because that's 3 teaspoons of garlic powder, because listen, can't go wrong with garlic powder. And since it was 12 teaspoons and I'm adding those, not tripling or doubling, I'm adding them together, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of these spices. Because I can, it's my kitchen. And if this turns out really good, I think I'll have me a recipe for future when my tomatoes do come in and start running out of my ears. I'm gonna put this on high, just to get it going. And let these cook for a while. In a couple hours, I'll be doing my bread and butter pickles, and we're going to process those for 10 minutes. And then the tomatoes have to process for 40 minutes. So spaghetti sauce is cooking in the crock pot. My cucumbers and onions are on an ice bath. And my brine is slowly coming to heat on the stove. I am a glutton for punishments. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it big, you know what I mean? I like to multitask or multi-process. If I'm going through all the trouble, what else can I do? And when we reprocessed the ketchup and barbecue sauce and mustard, it was a big hit actually. for the viewers. They really liked it. I know I got some comments, it's best to do it from scratch, and certainly it is. The point of that recipe or that video was twofold. One was time. I got these really great deals and I wanted to try it because I needed it on my shelf. It saved me time to put it up. And my husband's mowing. Number two was not everybody has access to bulk fresh vegetables and stuff. So, you know, for those who use a lot of condiments, that's a way to put on the shelf. So we got a lot of great feedback on that video. I appreciate every bit of it. And so this is the second part of the reprocessing with the number 10 can of tomatoes. Now, I did get some comments where people reprocess baked beans and I can't remember all this stuff. I would just caution, I'm not a big rebel canner, but I do push the envelope a little bit. Tomatoes is one of those things that can be water bathed. If it's water bathable, if that's a word, I'll look at, would it profit me to reprocess something in bulk? If I got to pressure can it, it's already been pressure canned, and that would probably degrade the food, make it even more mushier or whatever. So if you can water bath it, look at some recipes and look at the ingredients and decide for yourself and your family. I think I could take this and reprocess it into something similar. Like today I'm doing the tomato sauce. I took diced tomatoes, I blended them into a sauce and was adding dried herbs. I'm not adding any fresh onions, things like that, just herbs. And so that's an approved method in the fall canning book. So I'm going to reprocess that can. We'll see how it turns out. Now that can cost me $4.58, I believe it was. I should be able to get 7 pints out of that. We'll see. That's less than $1 a pint, or less than $1 a can. Sometimes you can't get these cans for less than $1. So it's an option. It's an option, especially if you want to dip your foot into canning. This gives you an opportunity to, with minimal investment, minimal time, tweak it how you like it with your flavors. Maybe you like pepper flakes in yours. Maybe you don't want marjoram, whatever that is. I don't know what marjoram is. I don't have any in my spice rack, but it smelled good. We're going to see how it turns out, and I love to experiment. So anyway, we got the minimal invested in this. I'm already canning bread and butter pickles today. I'm just going to add this on the side. After those come out of the canner, throw those in there for 40 minutes, and by that time it may be ready for dinner. So we'll be back when we're ready to can this up. All right, I just took out my bread and butter pickles, and now I'm going to ladle up this spaghetti sauce. Tastes pretty good, actually. I could have put a little bit of sugar in it, but I didn't. So, how many of you put up your own spaghetti sauce? And how do you season it? And what do you do special with it? So far I got 6 pints. And I think I can get a half pint. And those work out really good for pizzas. Voila. 6.5 pints. Pretty good. Be processing these for 40 minutes. Hopefully I can get all this in the same canner. Our spaghetti sauce turned out amazing. I forgot to finish up that, the end of that project, but you'll see some of that in our bread and butter pickle video. But anyway, we got 6.5 pints, which is more than a can. A pint is 16 ounces up to here. So anyway, we did pretty good. This was actually a very easy and fun project. I will probably do more of this when I need it, if I don't have tomatoes running out of my ears. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like and share, comment below if you have any special way that you do your spaghetti sauces or flavored tomato sauces. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos. Have a great one. Until next one.